Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will see history of cloud computing. So before this, we have seen that what is mean by cloud, what is mean by cloud computing, and some basic concepts of it. But before going to details of cloud computing, we should know what is the history of cloud computing, when it is evolved, and how it is evolved. So let's begin with the same. So in 1963, DARPA, that is the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. This is the organization which is working on to the research projects for the defense. Uh, it is presented MIT with $2 million for a project MAC. The funding included a requirement MIT develop technology allowing for a computer to be used by two or more people simultaneously. So what is the basic agenda of this presentation was, before that the computer was used by a single person at a time. Then they have developed or they have evolved such a technology or idea in which they presented that it is also possible that two or more people can use the same computer or same resource at a time simultaneously, and they presented in front of MIT, and it was the $2 million project. Then in this case, one of those gigantic archaic computers using reels of magnetic tape for memory, and was the precursor to what has now become collectively known as cloud computing. It acted as a primitive cloud with two or three people accessing it. The word virtualization was used to describe this situation, though the word's meaning later expanded. So the thing is, after their presentation, means when the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency presented the project in front of MIT, what they said, the same resource can be used or shared by two or three people at a time. Then before that, what was there? So magnetic tape were using for the memory, and that tape is accessible, or they made accessible it for two to three people. Then what they have done, we can call it as a multi processing at that time. Then sharing resources was there. So one is going to use, then another has to stop, and after resuming that job, another can start his job. Likewise, they were doing with the magnetic tapes. And the term virtualization was actually developed at that time, and the meaning of that word, or the word actually virtualization, is expanded in later years. In 1969, JCR Licklider helped develop the ARPANET Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, a very primitive version of the internet, because that whatever the development done in 1963, that was for one or two computers. Now the term networking explained into this term, then a very primitive version of the internet. So internet evolved. Then uh, they started thinking whether these two concepts we can merge or not, and if we are going to merge, what are pros, what are cons of it. Likewise, then JCR or Leak was both psychologist and a computer scientist, and promoted a vision called intergalactic computer network, in which everyone on the planet would be interconnected by the way of computers and able to access information from anywhere. Means the person, we can call him as a JCR or leak, he was having a broad vision at that time that he wanted that everyone on the planet would be interconnected by way of computers and able to access information from anywhere. Nowadays we can call it as an internet, and it is present everywhere in the world right now. But in 1969 it was not that much simple to perform all these tasks or to see such kind of vision, but they done work on it, and see the results are in front of us. Then uh, what he done, he thought that intergalactic computer network, and he make the connection between the thing where magnetic tapes were used and where the actual cloud computing started evolving, and then it is connected to the internet. Then what could such an unrealistic, impossible to pay for, and fantasy of the future look like? So intergalactic computer network, otherwise known as internet, is necessary for access to the cloud. So the term magnetic tape evolved into cloud, and the thing came into their mind is, to access this cloud we need connection of internet. So the intergalactic in the sense, the the person who is present on the galaxy, they should be interconnected with the network that is known as the internet. The meaning of virtualization began shifting in 1970s. Now it describes the creation of virtual machines, then acts like a real computer with a fully functional operating system. Now we know what is meant by virtualization, but at that time in 1969, was started. Leak was started with the working for this concept. Then the term virtualization started evolving, in which what they done first, they have worked for a same computer can be used for 2 to 3 persons, and then they have started one machine as a treated as a multiple machines, where only one machine is present, and we can say 2 or 3 machines are working there virtually. Then the thing is, it started with evolving with the internet as business began offering virtual private networks as a rentable service. Then the virtual private networks evolved, and it was on rentable basis, means for some rent you have to, or for some money you have to pay the money and you can use this kind of service. And use of virtual computers became popular in 1990s, leading to the development of modern cloud computing infrastructure. Okay, so in late 1990s, what happened? In its early stages, the cloud was used to express the empty space between end user and the provider. In 1997, Professor Ramnath Chelappa of Emory University defined cloud computing as a new computing paradigm where the boundaries of computing will be determined by economic rationale rather than technical limits alone. Now the thing is, before this, only virtual networks evolved, virtual private networks evolved. But in late 1990s, Professor Ramnath uh, Chelappa, who was working on the same, he evolved the term computing with cloud. So computing in the sense, cloud in the sense, we can save or we can create our own database. We can save large amount of database into somewhere into the internet. And computing in the sense, you can perform various operations onto it. You can provide security to it. Then uh, you can do operations for the same. Likewise, so the term computing was evolved by Ramanath Chelappa. Then, um, then the thing is, this somewhat ponderous description rings true in describing cloud's evaluation. The cloud gained a popularity as companies gained a better understanding of its services and usefulness. In 1999, Salesforce became a popular example of using cloud computing successfully. So the thing is, in 1999, the whole uh, cloud computing term evolved, and it is evolved by Salesforce actually, because the thing is, before that lots of evolutions done, before that lots of studies done, research done, and the the thing came into market is cloud computing. But market also has to uh, take care of all the things, and market has to accept the new things, and Salesforce accepted the things, and market has to accepted the thing. Salesforce has accepted the things, and first company we can say, which was using the cloud computing, or which was working onto the term cloud computing, was Salesforce. They used it to pioneer the idea of using internet to deliver software programs to the end users. The programs or applications could be accessed and downloaded by anyone with the internet access. The businesses could purchase the software in on-demand, cost-effective manner and without leaving the office. So these are some services provided by the Salesforce company, where they started with the softwares only. Now, in our previous lectures, we have seen that there are various platforms by which you can use cloud, like platform as a service, software as a service, or infrastructure as a service. So these things evolved later, but the thing is, Salesforce started it with the softwares. Means various companies were using their softwares, or they were using or providing the software programs to the end users by using the internet, and then the one can purchase the softwares as per their requirements. One has to pay the things as per their use based basis, or it was cost effective that time. So the thing is, as the era begins to grow, as the era started to grow, people are knowing about the cloud computing, and they were started using cloud computing. Then in early 2000, like in 2002, Amazon introduced web-based retail services. It was the first major business to think of using only 10% of the capacity as a problem to be solved. The cloud computing infrastructure model gave them the flexibility to use their computer's capacity much more efficiently. Soon after, other large organizations followed their example. Now, Amazon, Google, as we know, they are using cloud. They are based on onto the cloud right now. But Amazon started in 2002, where they started the web-based retail services, in which uh, uh, they started using uh, the large amount of memory, or capacity of their cloud. And mm, the thing is, as people started knowing the things, or as people started uh, getting what cloud computing is, how it works, when it works, they started accepting the things. And after that, many large organizations are also followed their path. So here is a roadmap. In 2006, Amazon launched Amazon Web Services. Nowadays, it is very high level of services, Amazon Web Services, or it is providing more secure cloud to the customers, uh, which offers online services to their websites or clients. One of the Amazon Web Services sites called Amazon Mechanical Turk provides variety of cloud-based services including storage, computation, and human intelligence. Now the terms are increasing day by day. It is not limited up to computing. So the thing is, cloud stores large amount of data onto the internet. One can use it easily. One can access it anywhere in the world. So this is not limited up to this. Computation in the sense, now the machines are intelligent. We are having various algorithms, and by using that algorithm, we can process the data. uh, Machines are only generating the output based on the history or based on the past experiences, and all these things are attached with the cloud, so that machine can easily get access of the history, and based on that it can produce the results likewise. So another Amazon Web Service sites is Elastic Compute Cloud, allowing individuals to rent virtual computers and use their own programs and applications. So these are some applications or services provided by Amazon Web Services. Nowadays, it is very huge era in the market, that everywhere we can say everywhere we are listening Amazon Web Services, AWS, like the things. So in the same year, Google launched the Google Docs services. See, Google, we are very familiar with. We are having various applications of Google also. So Google Docs services was came into market after Amazon. Then we can say both are competitors to one another, but Google has its own level of quality. Amazon has its own level of quality. And Google Docs was originally based on two separate products, Google Spreadsheets and Writely. We are using all these applications. So Google purchased Writely, which offers re-enters the ability to save documents, edit documents, and transfer them into blogging system. So very important things, or very we can say very interesting concepts. All these are, and right now we are using most of them. And as we are working onto the internet, as we are working by using the internet, one should know, or one have to know all the things related to it. Spreadsheets we are using nowadays. So Google spreadsheet is an internet based program allowing users to develop, update, and edit spreadsheets, and to share the data online. An Ajax based program is used, which is compatible with Microsoft Excel. The spreadsheets can be saved in HTML format. Lots of applications are there for by using these Google spreadsheets, and one can share it. Everyone can update the sheet. We don't need to save also, it is saved by default. And a huge use is there of this Google spreadsheet. No need to explanation also. uh, so the thing is, they are using cloud. And in that, or after that, in 2007, IBM, Google, and several universities joined forces to develop a server farm for research projects needing both fast processor and huge data sets. Now the whole cloud is developed. Up to 2007, the whole cloud is developed. Means the concept of cloud computing was fulfilled at that time. Now research started for the things like how it can process fast, how it can store large amount of data, then how it can provide a wide number of services to the customers. For such reasons, the research started. So many things, or so many companies, infrastructures were working for the same. They were getting the results. They were launching their new products into the market, and people were using it. People were enjoying it. Then the University of Washington was the first to sign up and use resources provided by IBM and Google. So Carnegie Mellon University, MIT, uh, It's Stanford University, the University of Maryland, the University of California at Berkeley quickly followed suits. Means whatever the services provided by IBM and Google, these are the universities they started using it immediately. The universities immediately realized the computer experiments can be done faster and for less money. Sorry, if IBM and Google were supporting the research. Since much of the research was focused on problems IBM and Google had interest in, they also benefited from the arrangements. In 2007 was also the year when Netflix launched its streaming video service. We are listening every day this Netflix. It is also started in 2007 by using the cloud only and provided support for the practice of Bing watching. So Eucalyptus offered the first AWS API compatible platform, which was used for distributing private clouds in 2008. In the same year, NASA's Open Nebula provided the first open source software for deploying private and hybrid clouds. Many of its most innovative features focused on the needs of major businesses. So this is the roadmap we can say, or how the things getting evolved one by one. In 2011, IBM introduced IBM Smart Cloud Framework in support with the Smarter Planet. Now the areas are growing, like it is not limited up to the school or colleges data, or it is not limited up to any management system. Now the IBM introduced a Smarter Planet. Then Apple launched iCloud, which focuses on storing more personal information like photos, music, videos, etc. Also during this year, Microsoft began advertising the cloud on television, making the general public aware of its ability to store photos or videos with easy access. Oracle introduced Oracle Cloud in 2012, offering the three basic for businesses like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So this was the evolution of cloud. Now what to expect? A customer using a public cloud service can have three basic expectations. First, a customer rent the services instead of purchasing hardware and software to accomplish the same goal. Means the thing is, one cannot buy everything whatever he needs to do his operations, because it is not possible also, or it may be very cost consuming. So the thing is, one should rent for the services provided by the cloud service providers. Second is, the vendor is responsible for all the administration, maintenance, capacity planning, backups, and troubleshooting. And the third is, for many business projects, it is simply faster and easier to use the cloud, and it is accessible anywhere in the world, so that one should not carry his laptop or one should not carry his hard disk everywhere. So it comes with a huge amount of storage, the ability to handle multiple projects, and more availability to a variety of users simultaneously. So by considering these things, so one should go for cloud instead of the traditional database management system, so that one can easily get access of all his data anywhere in the world. So there are essentially two kinds of public clouds. One serves individuals for personal use, one serves for the businesses. Then the cloud computing storage for personal use allows easy access and file sharing. Data stored onto the cloud, such as photographs and music, can be shared with friends using smartphone or a friend's laptop, while protecting personal data from loss and damage. I think for this paragraph, or for this sentence, no one needs explanation, because nowadays everyone is having smartphones. They are having cloud in their phones only. They're storing their data, they're accessing the data as per their need. They are paying for the applications whatever they are going to use. If they don't want the applications, they are not using that, they are uninstalling the applications. They are paying for the use basis, on demand services, cost effective services. So everyone is using cloud right now. So the services offered by the business cloud are quite different and fall into three basic categories. So these are some categories which we have already seen in our previous lecture, that infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Actually, Oracle started these things. Before that, only softwares were into market with the cloud. One has to provide the software, one can use the softwares by using the cloud and all the things. Then Oracle started infrastructure of the infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and the software as a service. Then the thing came into market is in 2014, large amount of or large number of people were started using cloud, but what is the guarantee that that cloud service providers are providing security to their data? So in 2014, cloud computing had developed its basic features, and security had become the primary focus. In cloud computing has become a fast growing service because of its importance to the customers. So the security concept came into market, and which we can say is a major thing in cloud, as there are private cloud, as there are public clouds. Various types of data people were starting to store onto the cloud. So it is the duty, or it is the administration of any cloud service provider, so that they can provide high level of security to their data and gain the trust of the users or customers, so that one can choose their cloud as a primary concern. So cloud security has advanced significantly in the last 2 years and now provides protection comparable to traditional IT security systems. This includes the protection of critical information from accidentally deletion, theft, and data leakage. Having said that, security is and may always be the primary concern of most cloud users. Currently, businesses can develop a private cloud system designed for their particular needs. These private clouds store, share their sensitive data. Staff can also use uh, public clouds or combination of both, like hybrid clouds. Then much of the modern business consumer market relies on the cloud services. Private cloud computing is currently used for mail, login, and online gaming platform, and for feedback. So these private clouds are basically data centers using many of the basic cloud technologies. It offers all the advantages of a public cloud, but have the advantage of controlling security and privacy concern. The situations, however, lead to a bit of dilemma. Now the thing is, we are having various types of deployment models like private, public, hybrid, and community type of clouds. One should go for anything, but the thing is, security is the key concern into it. So this was about the history of cloud computing, where in 1963 only cloud started evolving. Then how or who worked on it and how it is evolved, and then how it is spread all over the world. And nowadays it is the daily routine of the human life. So this is all about the history of cloud computing. Thank you.